Millions of people miss Christmas. Do you know that every year? They miss Christmas. They have no understanding really what is going on. You might go through the process of it, but you miss it. You can look at newspaper articles. I saw one that was 2 pages talking and asking people about Christmas, and you would get answers like, it's a time for family to get together. Another one would say, well, it's a time for children to get gifts. Another would say, oh, it's a party. It's a time to get drunk. It's time to have parties. It's time to have friends over to get blasted and so forth, things like that. There was not 1 in 2 pages that talked about the incredible birth of Jesus Christ at Christmas. Not 1 in 2 pages in this article said anything about it. There are similarities that I'm going to share with you today that has not changed much from the mentality of the first Christmas when Jesus was born and the Christmas today, 2,000 years later. You're going to find that the people in that day are not much different than us this day. And so I will pull these 2 generations that are thousands of years apart and pull them together and show you the similarities of how we're not really much different compared to the initial Christmas that took place when Jesus was born. The first person I want to talk to you about is the innkeeper in the scripture. We know the story of the innkeeper, and it's really done nice in our production. And the scripture really doesn't specifically mention him. But on the night in Bethlehem, and this innkeeper was confronted with a man, and of course his pregnant wife Mary. He turned them away, and he says, I have no room for them. The innkeeper missed Christmas. It says in Luke 2, verse 7, she gave birth to her first child, a son. She wrapped him snugly. It doesn't even say Joseph was there. Do you notice this? We always assume it. But if you remember back even in my day, it was where husbands didn't even go into the delivery room. Some of you men remember that? That was just kind of common. You're supposed to stay out. I mean, I'm sure back in this day, we don't know. There were no midwives. There's no one there taking care of her. She wrapped him snugly in strips of clothing, laid him in a manger because there was no lodging available for him. Now, what's amazing is in this story here, this was not some dark continent we're talking about. This was a very civilized, these were intelligent, educated people that believed in human life. The innkeeper could have been, listen, and you know this, the greatest example of generosity in Scripture. Could have been known forever throughout history as the greatest man of generosity. We will give our room up for you since you're pregnant and with child and given birth. We will do that. We will stay in some place else. We will go to a friend's house. But no, we don't have that. Could have been known for that. Could have, but he missed Christmas. You know why he missed Christmas? It's why we miss Christmas. We're preoccupied. Preoccupied. We're kind of absorbed into something else, and we're not really understanding what is going on because we're just too busy with other things. You know what I'm saying? The innkeeper, really, he's not hostile. We don't see an angry innkeeper. We don't see a person that's really unsympathetic. He was just busy, like millions of us in America, just busy. We're consumed with activity, not necessarily sinful activity, but just things that keep us busy.